Yeah, thank you, Ghetto Games, for having me today on stage. I'm really happy and proud. My name is Ņikita. I'm a co-founder of the Rideo store, the place where we offer a means of micro-mobility for the whole family. But actually, we are now heavily specializing in electric scootering. And actually, this is the reason why I'm today here with you to speak, discuss, and tell you the story how the scootering were developed globally and here in Latvia. Okay, but before, let me ask how many of you have kids aged between 6 and 16 years old, either brother or also brothers? Yeah? Okay, some of you. Okay, now the question, do they do extreme sports? No? Are they doing some sort of extreme sporting? Okay, it seems that no. Okay, it seems that it's wrong sample. But okay, now what I can say is that actually nowadays, about every fourth boy aged between 6 and 16 who is going to school actually have some relation to the trick scootering. Either his friends are doing this and he just takes trick scooters for them, or he do trick scootering himself. Yes, and this is how this situation look nowadays. So this is the Latvia, and the interesting fact is that okay, there are a lot of scooter riders all around skate parks. So this event, in fact, was organized just in a few days using just Instagram post and the word of mouth. And this actually made an impression on us with my colleague. The thing is that so many people came all over the Latvia to Jurmala to have to participate in the event and have some fun. Okay, and this for the Latvia, this is a really big scale, and if we transform the scale to Germany, France, USA, Australia, where where the number of population is much higher, the numbers are also much higher. But this thing was not always the same. The scootering itself is a very young sport. It started around 20 years ago. The way it started, there was a micro brand um, that developed, engineered, and produced the push kick scooters. Push scooters. They were really popular in the crowded cities like Tokyo, or no, sorry, yeah, like Tokyo in Japan. Um, and also in other cities, but also some other rebellious spirits took that toy and started to express themselves through using the tricks. Yeah, tricks, breaking the rules, anarchy. And actually, I brought with myself, um, okay, the scooter with the same brand name. Okay, this is this. So this is more or less how it looked at the beginning. So it was foldable, it was bar adjustable, and which meant that it was not as durable as they are now today. So when the Razer first introduced the scooter and guys started to jump on them, they created a prize for $1,000 to the one who will be able to do a backflip. For you to know, the backflip nowadays is not as difficult trick as it used before. And later on, the Razer also created a team of riders who rode all over the globe. Uh, okay, but mostly all over the USA to participate in organized events. Okay, and this is how all this idea originated. And what it took just 2 points. Is the tool, the scooter itself, and the rebellious spirit of those guys, of those people who want to express themselves by doing some crazy stuff. And now is the question how this idea spread. What were the tools to make it spread all over the globe and develop? So now the question to you: how do you get to know about the new tendencies around the world, like Bucket Challenge, like Drake in My Feelings song, etc.? Social, okay, correct. So yeah, through Instagram, social media, Facebook, and this is very important fact to know and to us and to answer the question why trick scooters developed so fast and so broadly. Okay, yes, this is the internet. Um, this Yeah, internet. So this is the place where we'll all go to either share something globally or to take something from someone. And with the internet, the first writers were able to share their knowledge, how to, for example, make this kind of scooter more durable, how to perform more complex tricks, what parts it's possible to change, and etc. And this is the reason why it also came to us, to Latvia, to Baltic states, why it's spread all over the globe, as I told. So another important thing is the manufacturers. So the riders who just started this tendency, they realized that the improvements has to be done, and they try to manufacture products by themselves. They tried to make it more durable. And yes, and I also brought another scooter. Okay, this is one of the most popular scooters in the market now. Okay, it's the name Prodigy. It doesn't tell you something, but comparing to this, to the Razor scooter, with this scooter you can land much complex and much higher tricks with it, than people could do with the Razor, the one that I showed you before. And for that reason, now it's possible to do triple backflip, not just the backflip that Razor wanted people to do. Yes. Okay. The shops. The shops play the role as the. Okay. They make parts, things available. We in this field are for about 5 years, and we saw how many people came, how new participants started to arrive. And also, we always try to bring the new products from the other markets. At the beginning, we had just around 3 brands, but then we started to communicate with the producers, to negotiate with the brands, and yeah, they will encourage to shop to us some products and to popularize this brand here, their brand here, and the sport also. Then the places to ride. Okay, how many skate parks were opened in recent time here in Latvia? Okay, it's quite a lot. So the spot now it's the skate park with the roof, meaning that people can ride in the winter. Then it's the Imanta. Yes, correct. In Imanta and also in other neighborhoods. So it's around 3 to 4 here. Also in Lithuania. Also the famous the spot of Tallinn in Estonia, and etc. So the cities are encouraged to make people ride the scooters, not to sit behind the computers, not to have some bad habits, etc. Because yeah, the scooters, what actually impressed me also, because I was growing in the generation who played a lot of computer games. This is something as what I don't see much in the current generation. So this is what made me also love scootering, like as a way why it is a good thing that happened. So the next one is the competitions. Okay, the competitions, what they do, they increase always the level of the riders, of the skills, of the tricks. And yeah, thank you Ghetto Games for helping and for organizing and including the trick scootering in their program in GGFest, because at the beginning, you will also see later, at the beginning when we started to organize trick scootering, there was just 50 competitors. Now, last year it was 120. And if you would be able to compare the tricks guys managed to do 3 to 4 years ago, and nowadays the level increased dramatically. Okay, I will show you later on the video from our team riders and other people from Latvia, and hopefully you will be able to see it. And the money, of course. Okay, maybe it should be on the first place, but what I meant by the money is the sponsorship. It's very important nowadays to always upgrade the transportation, the scooter, to go abroad, participate in different competition, and etc. So the money also play a role here. Yeah, and here's okay. So yeah, and what I want to show you here, this is yeah. In the 20 years, we did a journey just from a bunch of guys doing crazy stuff on trick scooters as a rebellious guys. We managed to arrive to the point where we gather street jam. Is the moment when we gather hundreds of scooter riders, and they do tricks, have fun, and this is the video that would show you and represent this point. So can someone switch it on? And if you can, or should I do it myself?
What's good, guys? We're at the third spot. It's the famous seawall. It's crazy spot, man. Check out what's going on.
Knock your hustle, get that money, homie. All about that, I don't need eyes, but I got a vision. Listen, none of my shit is written. Bitches know that the bearer witness. I'm about that ride time. I'm rules that are coming for me. Try to forget your arms, like forgetting your vows and matrimony. Like you're gonna be saying, I'm playing, man. Some fucking phony.
Okay, this video shows that it's extremely spread right now. A lot of people, I would say mostly. Okay, yeah, a lot of teenagers, they either want to or they're doing this trick scootering. I was on this weekends. I was in Barcelona. I was researching about how it's trendy there, and okay, it actually surprised me that it's much trendy than I thought. Okay, the next slide. Okay, now the question is what is next with the sport, but I would like to leave this question to the Q&A session. But now I would like to bring some light to the situation in Latvia. So here's some rough statistics. But what they represent is that, okay, before around 3 to 4 years ago, now is now. And what we can see is that the level is increasing dramatically. There are much more participants, and there is room for development. And we already did a great lap. Yeah. So, and if we are speaking about our own goals, about our Ridea goals, what is our vision and objective is to increase the extreme sport, especially trick scootering here in Latvia, which means that we want bring our guys to the World Championship, meaning that we will also want to bring the foreign sponsorship, what we already did for some of our riders, and yeah, we want to spread and develop all of this all around the Baltics and other markets that just started to.
What's your opinion on electric scooters?
Okay, I'm positive about them. They're developing. The problem is here in Latvia that we don't have. Okay, honestly, I'm as a salesperson. The problem comes when there are some brands that doesn't offer the parts to repair them, because all the electronics, okay, they always breaks, but the most difficult is to repair them. Yeah, well, the difference what I saw about the Latvian market and market in Barcelona, that in Barcelona the scooters, as we call them, from China, they are much more spread than here, and the reason is that they have the representatives there, not this here. So, okay, hope I answered the question.
All right, thank you. How many scooter riders are in Latvia?
Okay, it's hard to count. As I told, it's widely spread. As I told, it's around every fourth boy, aged 6 to 16, and the one that goes to school, I would say he's doing some scootering.
Why everyone are... Okay, I would not say everyone, but this is a question. Why everyone hating on scooters so much? How do you deal with the haters?
Hating what?
Hating scooters.
Okay, I didn't feel any offense on our side from the haters, so there was no chance to deal with them. I'm sorry.
All right. Can you outline the extreme part of scooting? What is extreme in a scooting?
Okay, it's the tricks itself, backflip. I don't know, are we able to put the video or not?
I think this is one of the haters, so...
Okay, probably.
Okay. Please explain the rebellious nature from Scoot. Isn't something copied from skateboarding? The demography seems a lot younger, so if you can comment on that.
Okay, yeah, when it comes to scootering and skateboarding and the rebellious spirit, so the skateboarding also, the rebellious, what I mean by rebellious is the point when the person is some sort some sort rule breaker and try to express himself doing some tricks stuff that at the same time is dangerous and sometimes against the some common culture, let's say, doing tricks in the parks or in the parking lots close to the cars and jumping all over the car, something like this. If we compare to the skateboarding, correct, the skateboarding had more or less the same inception, but here's the difference. First of all, is once again the internet, but mostly what is much more important, why there are so many people doing scootering, is the learning curve. It's much more easier to start and doing tricks from basic to more complex on trick scooters than on skateboards. For example, to do ollie, the base trick, okay, for someone it takes a week to learn, but to do a bunny hop, I think most of you can do it just in a few hours. So this is the reason.
All right, thank you very much. If young people are not playing computer games in our, I'm sorry, I lost in questions. So you said something about the computer games. If young people are not playing computer games in our day, as you said, what are they doing differently than in your young days?
They're scootering. Okay, what they are doing different. The point is that when I was growing, it was okay. There was a Counter-Strike, one of the famous game, or other games that we played as a multiplayer. So I connected with my friends, and we participated in some events in the virtual world. Here's different. So now people gather together to play in the real world, to come communicate, to to do some stuff. By going to the skate park, not by of course some part of them play video games as well, but not as much as we did. So this is what I meant.
All right, I hope those who ask questions
But
got
you can,
their answers, right? It's a fun fact. 1 second, so we will get back on it. Do you see Scoot as a preliminary phase before converting to skateboard for people when they become older? That's a good question. So you see as
I see. Yeah, probably. Actually, there are cases when people go from scootering to BMX. I know to the you know what BMX are. Okay, yeah. So this is what actually happens. And I also think that some people go to skateboarding as well, but so far I saw much more cases when they go to BMX. And the reason is that, for someone, the prizes on BMX contests so far were much higher, so probably this is the reason. Probably for someone it's the Olympic dream, so they want to participate in the Olympics so far. But so far only the BMX is allowed. Or some other reasons. I know, or just they want to try something new, and those things are some interrelated.
Okay, someone with the access of internet just said from Google, Scoot are older than skateboarding. The first motor-driven Scoot was launched in 1915. Google
Moto?
1915, so 104 years ago.
Okay, but this is where speaking about the motor-driven. I'm not speaking about the motor. Okay, so.
Okay, fun fact from Denmark: Scoot is the fourth largest children activity in Denmark.
Okay, well, hopefully this. This is as I said.
So you think it will become also in Latvia?
The fourth largest?
Yeah.
I think it's very close to be this.
Okay.
To be like this.
And last question, who defines the rebellious means? All the haters are actually just confronting to what the majority decided counts as rebellious. So, who defines what rebellious means? I think it's more philosophical question about the rebellion.
Okay.
But that's a good question. So, if you have opinion on that, just share with us.
Who defines what the rebellious means?
Yeah, who?
Okay, probably someone that does not agree with my definition of what rebellious means, or I would say the people in common, what they think is something all right to do, something that doesn't. Yeah, if someone makes something that makes other feel not frustrated. What's the word was?
All right, thank you.
Okay.
So
Sorry.
I thought also on that question, and I would say, if the answer is who decides about the rebellion, I think minority, because minority all every time is kinda angry on the majority. So that's, but I just share my thoughts. All right, Ņikita,
right.
thank you very much. Don't forget your things.
Thank
And,
you.
yeah, round
Thank
of
you.
applause for Ņikita.
They living for the social network.